I want to present you today both Dorothy and Grzegorz. They're a couple and they're working together. This Grzegorz is the science collaborator of Dorothy. Dorothy is the founder of the House Studio, which is an award winner design studio. She's been awarded for the amazing projects that they're doing and the impact that she's making with her projects. And I want to say also encourage you all to take a look at her website. And they started a few months ago with this Day House Living magazine, which is an awesome magazine, beautiful projects, beautiful pictures, beautiful impact, as I said. And Dr. Grzegorz Bulaj, I have difficulties with his name, but it's because
all right, you can say Greg, just Greg.
Greg, thank you, Greg. Thank you. He's the founder of Omni Self Care, and he's an associate professor at the Pharmacy College, University of Utah, and a PhD. He has a PhD in biochemistry. So he is the science collaborator of a Day House Studio. He's the one who's writing just those amazing papers.
So we would like to start by expressing our gratitude for Nuria and for allowing us to share our work and story. We're very excited to be here today. And as a way of introduction, as Nuria mentioned, I'm a founder of Omni Self Care, which provides these evidence-based solutions that are complementary to the current medicine. And we've been working together with Dorothy for almost 5 years. So we are the team like design and science, or biophilic design and self-care. You can think about this kind of combinations here. So what we'll tell you today is how biophilic design fits into this therapeutic home environment, and this is the overview of our presentation. First, we will just briefly introduce ourselves, and then the story behind how we got inspired through our real life sort of experiences to enter into this therapeutic home environments. Then we're going to talk more about how we view biophilic design as medicine. And then we're gonna go into more like specific examples of the spaces that are created for people living with specific chronic conditions, such as migraine, anxiety, chronic pain, and so on. And we hope to leave you with a kind of an inspirational take-home message here. So basically, as Dorothy will start right now by awesome. Telling her story.
Hi there, I'm Dorothy Huntsman, founder of Day House Studio. It's a biophilic interior design studio here in Salt Lake City, Utah. And also, as Nuria mentioned, I am the editor-in-chief of a sister magazine called Day House Living, which we just love exploring the intersection of nature-based design, sustainability, and I'm moving this over a little bit, and health. So yes, I come to this work as a designer and a writer, but also as someone who has experienced firsthand the profound impact that our homes can have on our health, and how intentional design can be used as medicine. Imagine if your home could help you heal. This is a tagline from our website, and it's a concept that we take quite literally because it's exactly what we've experienced. We began by transforming our home environment into a healing tool, and it worked. And now we strive to help our clients do the same. Years ago, I moved into a charming, century-old home that I had planned to remodel, but chose instead to take a break from renovating the homes that I lived in. And that pause, while very necessary at the time, unintentionally triggered a health spiral I never saw coming. When I moved in, I was the picture of health, but over the next 4 years, everything changed. It started with chronic UTIs, then colitis, migraines, eventually full body pain, crushing fatigue, and cognitive decline so severe it was labeled inhalation Alzheimer's. At my worst, I couldn't even finish a sentence. At the time, there was no clear diagnosis, just a dramatic unexplained multi-system collapse. And then one day, literally in the middle of the night, 4 years after moving in and several years into the unexplainable health decline, I woke up with a jolt. There was this one question on my mind: could I have mold? I didn't know where it came from. My intuition, the universe, who knows, but it changed everything. Over the next days and weeks, I tested the air and found I had 4 types of toxic mold. My home was poisoning me and had been for years. Turns out the unseen mold there was unseen mold in a large and unventilated crawl space that had been growing over the 100 years and contaminated my air through the HVAC system, which carried the mold to all parts of the house. I had to leave immediately. I had to leave everything. 90% of my belongings I had to get rid of, every piece of clothing gone. 4 rounds of remediation later, it was one of the hardest things that we've ever done, but that was the start of my recovery and of our research. That's where healing began. Design became our medicine. We designed both the environment and a self-care protocol based on our published research based on public research and biophilic design and self-care practices that Greg found and other healing modalities. And then within months of moving into this home that we designed for healing, I began to feel better. And over the course of 12 months, I was migraine-free, my fatigue lifted, and my immune and cognitive functions returned. It was amazing. And that became the basis of our first 2 articles, where we show how therapeutic spaces influence the autonomic nervous system, improve mood, cognition, and immune health, reducing symptoms such as migraine, chronic pain, depression, amongst others. The science became biophilic. Behind this biophilic and lifestyle design is comprehensive and actionable, and that is at the heart of everything that we do. So welcome to Day Health Studio.
So this is where our story, as Dorothy mentioned, started in terms of creating the home environment that actually, instead of causing sickness, it can improve health. And because I'm also, as Nuria mentioned, a professor in a college of pharmacy at the University of Utah, we have realized that Dorothy's individual experience actually is reflected in millions of people living across basically the United States, Europe, everywhere. So the statistics is pretty staggering. Approximately half of people in the United States, adults, have at least one chronic disorder. And that's despite all resources available, all efforts, going to the doctors, taking medications, supplements, diets, exercises. And so there is kind of like a missing component that we believe we have been kind of uncovering. And then the research studies show that people spend at least, or on average, 90% of their time indoors. And the United States data show that adults spend on average 18 hours per day at home. So we realized over this past several years that the impact of the home environment on a person's health has been overlooked in medicine, and definitely we believe it's been underutilized in healthcare. So just to put it into the more kind of a scientific perspective, what Dorothy has experienced and majority of the people, we believe that our home can either support either illness or health. There is not kind of like a neutral spot here. And of course, our modern lifestyle favors the chronic stress, which then turns into the inflammation. Many of us struggle with the poor indoor and outdoor air pollution. We start appreciating the light pollution and noise pollution, how it impacts circadian rhythms, quality of sleep, cardiovascular functions, and there is like downward spiral toward diminishing physical and mental health. And then, of course, the household chemicals, including the endocrine disruptions and carcinogens that also add to these insults that favor illness. On the other hand, we have discovered over the last few years how the same home space, when transformed, can reduce stress and also improve recovery from stress. How it can improve positive emotions and mood, so it can support the mental health. How it can rebalance the autonomic nervous system to switch from fight or flight mode, so the sympathetic nervous system, to the parasympathetic activation, which is this rest and digest part. And of course, all it translates to the better sleep, better cognitive functions, and better health. So this is just one example of the project that Dorothy and the Day House Studio had several years ago. And you can see from sort of comparing kind of before and after how the same room, in this case, like a very dark, no natural elements inside, actually can lead to more like a depressive symptoms, dementia. And then after transformation, how these visual, non-visual connection with nature and other elements can, including much more natural light, can support the healing process. So that's just one of the examples of the project. And then we discovered, as we were developing this protocol for Dorothy for recovery from multiple symptoms and organs failure, that biophilic design is evidence-based approach, which has what we can call medicinal properties. If you look into the slide here and even just appreciate the number of benefits, health benefits, clinical benefits, as I mentioned to you, stress reduction, improving recovery from stress, improving pain relief, regulating nervous system, reducing exposure to the air pollution, improving sleep, cardiovascular functions, cognitive functions such as like attention, creativity, memory, improving the positive emotions, mood, reducing negative effect. All of these are, people take medications or supplements to basically gain those benefits. And here is the biophilic design that offers these benefits. Now, as also Dorothy mentioned, the space alone, biophilic space, is very important. But we discovered through this collaboration how the self-care practices also have very similar, what we would call medicinal properties. So in this slide here, we just captured just few of those examples, how you have medicinal properties of the biophilic design, and then you have medicinal properties of self-care practices. What are those? Like listening to music, breathing exercises, physical activity, being in nature, mindfulness meditation, yoga practice, quality sleep, aromatherapy. All of these actually are supported by studies which show how these specific self-care modalities can provide clinical meaningful benefits for people living with depression, with anxiety, with chronic pain, with migraine, and other chronic conditions.
Thank you so much both for this amazing presentation. It makes me, as a biophilic designer, I think my heart smiles a lot at seeing more people really advocate and call it what it is, which is medicine. And one of the things that I was thinking through the presentation was, if you guys face this challenge that I do when I explain to people about indoor plants and like integrating this into their homes, the importance of taking into account the local and the native species in order to not create like a disruption between the context they live in, and also, to better support the care of it. And because sometimes there are plants that are very good in terms of the properties, such as the monstera, but the monstera is a tropical plant, and so sometimes it's like a conflicting thing, because it makes me think about regeneration, like how do we still create a system that is completely circular and in coherence with the context that we live in. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's a huge challenge I still face, and I still haven't figured it out 100%, but would love to hear your insight in that.
Yeah, we agree with that, and it makes it more challenging for sure, but that is it's also part of biophilic design principles is looking at your environment, your region that you live in, and creating materials and experiences based on, you know, this regional experience. So that's, and this is a good example of, you know, why that's important with plants, you know, and that also, like, from that regenerative perspective, I totally agree. So we're constantly, you know, looking, even when we're like choosing our products, our interior design, you know, elements, you know, sustainability and, you know, where it's manufactured and created is all a part of, you know, what we're looking for. But it's a challenge, I think, for all of us, because, you know, thankfully more and more companies, manufacturers are getting on board with, you know, with sustainability practices and such. But it's all I'm sorry, I'm not very helpful, but it's a challenge that but we are just, you know, I think that the awareness of it and having that as a part of our practice is like the most important component. Yeah.